And good day to you fans of action figures, fantasy, sorcery, and adventure. And as you can see, I'm going to be sharing with you a Dungeons and Dragons Ultimate Action figure. And if you're, I don't want to use the term old timer or boomer, but if you grew up in the 80s and you're familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, especially if you know that it's a tabletop role-playing game. It started out as a tabletop role-playing game with a game master or dungeon master in this case. You'll be familiar with this character. Yep. And this is the Belated Reviewer. And again, I'll be sharing with you a Dungeons and Dragons action or ultimate action figure. And this one is no other than, well, you can see the portrait, and let's take a look at the figure itself. Ta-da! That's Warduke. Yep. And already I have two of his accessories that are detached from the figure. I already have on his shield and his trusty long sword. Of course, for this part of the review, we'll be taking a look at the sculpt, the packaging, and as you know, articulation will be shown in the next part of this review. But for now, let's have him to one side so we can take a good look at the packaging that he came with. Okay, so that's the front, and it does say there evil action figure or figures, which means he's not a good guy. And there you can see awesome art. I think this is a painted Dungeons and Dragons Warduke Ultimate Action figure. On the left side of the box, this is what you'll be seeing. There's a portrait of him. Okay, there you go. There's a portrait of him on one side. It says Dungeons and Dragons Warduke. On the other side, there's a full shot of him. Full body shot. On the back, there's some more information about the short bio. Now, there. Okay, if you want to read that, you can pause it. There you go. And it shows him in different obligatory product shots, and there's a cross-self for the other character in the first wave for this series of Ultimate Action Figures Dungeons & Dragons by NECA. And on top, it says Dungeons & Dragons NECA Warduke. Bottom, there's some credits. Okay. And one more thing about the packaging is that it does open up and it does show the figure originally in this window. And as you can see, there are still some things that I haven't taken out yet. We have the flame effect for the sword, the alternate hand for the left arm, and the pointing finger for the right arm, and a gripping hand. Pointing hand, rather, for the right arm, and a gripping hand. And I still have there the short sword and the dagger. And actually, part of the packaging you can actually use as a backdrop. Let me take a look. Use it as a backdrop. Let's see. Oh, yes. Let's see how it does work. Ooh, pretty. Pretty gothic and gloomy. gothic and gloomy again. And we can just stand him here. Oh, that's good. Oh, yes. That makes for a pretty picture. Yep. It does look like a backdrop. Okay. Yep. Very nice. And as I said earlier, at the start of this video, we'll be taking a look at the sculpt 45 minutes into the review, and I'm only showing you the packaging and how good he looks. See the backdrop, or the front of this backdrop. Alright, so let's take a closer look. Alright, wonderful sculpt. Although in the image on the packaging, his body is a bit wider, but the actual figure is a bit slimmer. He's got a lot of things going on with him. Nice buckle. Look at the detail. Yes. To the left. Alright. Oh, yes. Actually, he's supposed to be using or carrying his shield on his right arm, but I'm not a fan. That's one of my gripes with the initial Defense of the Ancients game, Dota, because all of the characters are left-handed. All the characters I've seen so far are left-handed, and I think they did something with the later updates. But yeah, but okay. Take a look at, you got a better look. That's better. You can take a look at that detail. Skull with horns. That's new. Focus. And yep, and let me also point out that all his weapons has storage on the figure. We have one for a short sword here. Look at that exquisite workmanship. And there's the scabbard for his long sword. He even has a pouch for, yeah. And then you can see there, this is for his knife, I believe. You can store his knife there. His long sword here, short sword here. And I believe I've read up a bit on the lore for this figure. He actually was on a quest with the so-called Heartstone. I believe that's the red gem that he has as a necklace, as a pendant for his necklace here. Yeah, that would be the Heartstone. Oh, yeah. I wish I had ads like those. I see. The sculpting on the sword. And there's a bit of feathering and it's a bit botched up. It is what it is. This is what I got. Can't complain much. Let's see if we can get a good look at the shield. Oh, there you go. That's a good look at it. And if you just noticed, that's real metallic chain. It's a real metallic chain there, not some cheap plastic. And this one has some heft to it. Just look at the detail, the way they painted those spikes. God, the attention that they put into this figure. And I can tell you, as a fan of Mythic Legions, this is at a lower price point. Definitely at a lower price point, but you're getting a lot for your buck here. Cool action figure, very well articulated, lots of joints that you can play with. Although the straps here, the armor and whatnot, does limit his movement. But if you can find a way to remove those things, you can fully enjoy the range of motion that you can do. And again, sculpting wise, this is what, I hope Mythic Legions fans who will be able to watch this video will forgive me. I'm going to call this line by NECA as a Mythic Legions killer. It can go toe to toe with Mythic Legions characters, and you can definitely mix it up with Mythic Legions. Now, let's do some comparison with other figures that I have out. Let's start with let's have Savage He-Man by Mattel from the Netflix Masters of the Universe Revelations. Okay. So they do look good together. Very nice. Now let's try something from Marvel Legends. How about that? And that's Thor. He's a bit taller than Thor, but it's still within the 6 to 7 inch scale. Let's try another figure. This one is, I'm just showing you the size, but the theme, this is a bit out of whack. Because this is Grifter from the DC Multiverse line by Todd McFarlane. Grifter, if you're familiar with Image Comics, is was originally a part of the Wildcats team. Yep, created by Jim Lee, one of my favorite comic book artists. And he's still a bit taller than Grifter. And here's my head swapped third party Kratos in Ares armor. And I understand that this was copied from originally a NECA figure, and they are almost on the same level in terms of height. This is actually quite a tall figure. I already, if you'll notice, I have this figure with its knees bent. See? The knees are bent, but they're still almost either eye. Okay, and lastly, let's try one more figure for side. As I was saying, let's just try one more figure for size comparison and looks. And this is, of course, my favorite Mythic Legions figure, the Red Shield Soldier. Okay, he's towering above the standard Mythic Legions figure. However, you can just have him as taller than Mythic Legions. He's like 8-foot giant of a man. And in terms of theme, they do look well together. Okay. Yep. And okay. Well, alright. Just have that out of the way. And there you have it. That's Warduke, a Dungeons and Dragons Ultimate Action Figure by NECA or NECA. And if you're into collecting action figures, if you do see this one, if you do have the dough to purchase him, I do suggest that you purchase him. Especially if you're looking for an action figure with a very very acceptable price point and with a lot of things going for it. Yeah, you better pick this one up. Alright, so much for that. This is again the Belated Reviewer. I hope you enjoyed this video and you found it informative. And you guys stay healthy, stay safe, keep your mad hats on. Peace out.